Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, good morning. I would like to thank the organizer for having me here with you. This is, we can say this is not formal. It can be just like a forum or discussion. So your full participation is required. There's also a case study that we will do today. So the case study will make you better understand the subject. I believe at your association and clubs, you will have events, you will have programs. And we can consider those events and programs projects. Why? Because it has time to start, time to finish, it has duration, it requires resources, the people to do it, it requires materials, require fundings, and it is non-routine. So whatever events and events and any activities that you do is at a time period, with a time period. It's not something routine that you do every day. So anything non-routine that which is not being done every day, it is a project. Whether you like it or not, you may not be aware of that. You have been doing the planning, you've been doing the resources, you've been doing the looking for funding. So those activities that you do to do your projects or to do your events, you have done project management itself without you even really noticing it. So I would like to share techniques of a new technique of project management which has been done in the last 10 to 15 years and mostly been done by the IT industry, because one of the reason the IT industry do not have prescriptive or structured requirement for them to develop the software, and they are like artists when they develop the software. They whatever come to their mind, they sit down and try to work it out. So it's no exact timeline or exact work breakdown. Item 1, item 2, item 3. It is unstructured and a lot of innovative to be put into the project in developing the software. And they realize that the current, the conventional waterfall, which is one after another, event after event, managing event after event, is not really appropriate for them. So they develop a technique, they call it Agile. So the Agile has been developed through these 10 to 15 years, become a few Agile method. There is a famous Agile Scrum, and there's also Agile Kanban. So basically, I would like to introduce those Agile Scrum and Agile Kanban to you. I will show you a few of my example which I've been doing for companies, consultant to companies in developing this Agile Scrum methodology. So what we studied today, the background, the waterfall, I just mentioned some on the waterfall, the Agile methodology to develop the Agile. We also need to develop the themes, epics, user stories, and this is also a case study I will show you. You can interrupt, you can stop, either you put it in this message board, which the moderator will read it and read it to me. I can see that because I'm seeing full screen here. You also may interrupt by just switch on your mic and ask the question. I'm okay to interrupt in the middle of the way. It's okay because it can be informal, just like informal discussion or forum. Okay, so the background: student association clubs run many activities and events, otherwise There's no point you establishing club or society. This activity is not once off. It has time to start and stop. It has objective and also constraint. And most importantly, it has to be done within the time frame, within the scope, and within the budgets. So those are the requirements for the activities and events. It's not operational because it's not something you do every day. So it is a project. To run a project proper, you need to have proper systematic approach, project initiation, planning, implementation, performance control, and project close. So those are the phases in running a project. But for the small event activities like you have, maybe this is not really appropriate unless you have big, long period of events, then this could be appropriate. Especially when those events are structured. There is already a template, there's already step-by-step things to be done, then yes, it could be really use this project management principle, the conventional project management principle. So whether it's big or small project, whether it's 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, I don't think you have more than that period for the student activities and event. And it has still to be managed efficiently, otherwise you're not getting your objective, your target, and may not be within the budget that you have. Obviously you have constraint on budget on your running activities event. So if you don't have properly plan it, manage it, then you will not be able to achieve the objective and not be able to stay within the budget that's given to you. In the past, we always see like Gantt chart. You always been asked to do the Gantt chart. You've been asked to do Gantt chart for your final year projects. Everything is about Gantt chart. Why Gantt chart? Gantt chart has work breakdown structure. It has step-by-step things to be done. It has time, start, finish, and how long you can do it. You're going to do it, and when you can finish the whole thing. So that is the beauty of Gantt chart. However, over the years, Gantt chart has been studied by many researchers and many practitioners. They found that this Gantt chart, or this the Gantt chart, which is waterfall. The Gantt chart is using the concept of waterfall. Waterfall means one event after another. It's become not efficient and it's not creative. So it's basically becoming prescriptive. So it does not create innovation, does not create creativity. So that's why there is a new technique, not so new, been 10 to 15 years ago, Agile has been introduced. So this Agile is also now become more popular, more and more popular, and the Agile is also now be accepted in the industry. And also there are a few professionals can be developed through Agile now, which one of the potential career for you. You as still a student, you may thinking of what I have shown here. What I will show you here become your interest. Maybe you say, oh, I like this, I want to pursue this. Yes, you are able to pursue this, and you can be a professional in Agile. And there's one already been established where been really paid with a good pay. They call it Scrum Master. So Scrum Master is one of the Agile professional, which can be one of your future career. So this talk not just giving you the information on how to run your project and events. This talk also can nurture you, can create interest for you to be agile professionals. And one of it is Scrum Master. And the Scrum Master paid quite well in the industry because the industry now looking for someone expert in the Scrum, Agile Scrum project management. And one of the professional in Agile Scrum project management is a Scrum Master. Okay, Waterfall. This is what we have been used to see. You always see this in any project, any assignments, and in your final year project. If you've been doing final year project and you've been asked to do the Waterfall, Gantt chart, the supervisor, the coordinator say you need to have a Gantt chart. The Gantt chart is basically the task that you need to do. You have to list them down. You have to put the time period, and you have to show when you start, when you finish, and what is the next one to start and finish. This is Waterfall. So Waterfall leads by project managers. Yes, is another profession that you may explore after you graduated. You can be a project manager. I have came across a few students. I met one who has been the project manager or engineer of the General Hospital Kuala Lumpur renovation, additional building. So he went into construction as a project engineer, project manager. Later, I believe now he's project manager for construction of General Hospital. So his project managers is another skill set, another competency, another career for you all if you're interested, because you are from the technical background, and becoming a project manager in engineering construction is not a big issue. So this is Waterfall. So for you doing the project events, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 week event, if you're going to do this step by step, it's going to be very more papers than the work itself, more meetings. So it can be very tired just looking at the procedures. So it's not really appropriate. So what it's been doing now, there is new, we call it Agile Scrum. Agile Scrum project management is just the project owner who wanted the project, what they want the product or they want services. They will list down what they want. They call it product backlog. Then after you got all the list, what do you want? For your situation, you list what do you want to run the events or to run your activities. Just list them down, and then to develop the team, and then you sequence the list that you have. Maybe you have 12 items to do. You sequence the list. You break them into which one you can do first, which one you can do, which one is ready. You want to go doing what is easiest first, or you want to go to do the higher risk first, or you want to do the most significant item first. So you just break them down into those categories, and those are sprint. So you may have several sprint depending on your needs. Maybe you have sprint for risk, high risk items or high risk tasks. You can create one sprint. You may create sprint for the easiest task. You may create sprints for the most expensive item to deal with. So those sprints are the collection of the items required. The items required list out by the owner, list out by the manager, or list out by the person who wanted the product and services. So those lists, they call it backlog. Backlog is being categorized and being breakdown into a smaller chunk of activities. We call it sprint. And then the sprint will be done by a group of team, and then the sprint will be, all the items will be cleared one after another. After you clear another one, you will develop another sprint. During the sprint, if you break the item into sprint, say 4 items on the sprint, in that sprint, we have all the process of review, you have meetings, and the Scrum Master will be looking at the activities and you try to clear those group of sprint. And the clearance of group of sprint is the acceptance of the output of the sprints. For example, you have sprint 1 in the event. Sprint 1 is you have a collection of advertising, collection of developing the registration form. Sprint item 3, maybe you are determining the potential participants. So maybe you have three items or 3 backlog in the sprint. So you have to group the sprint, you have to identify what is the end product of the sprint, of the 3 sprint. The end product will be a program of admitting the participant, advertising, getting the participant, and register them. So those are a group sprint 1 that you establish for the event. So you focus on the sprint. After you completed the sprint, after the completion of the sprint, when you start having the participant to come and join you, that is the completion of the sprint. You don't go back and review those items anymore because that part is done. And then you move to the next sprint. So this is a new concept. That's how the new concept of project management compared to the conventional waterfall. The conventional waterfall, you have to do everything, then you deliver the project. But now you can deliver the project sprint by sprint, and you can achieve the result sprint by sprint. You may already have a system, you may already have participants registered. At the time, you're still working on the program of what you want to do. For example, virtual run. So before you start having the program, before you design the program itself, there are already participants because you already have completed the sprint number 1, which are registering the participant. Okay, those are Agile Scrum. Any questions so far? Okay, no. So let me show you, in order for you to have a good sprint, one thing about this Agile is here, the waterfall, all the items from gathering, requirement, analysis, design, this item has to be determined first. You must crack your head and determine those items, item list, what to be done. Item 1, item 2, item 3, you have to list them down one by one, and you have to get it from your head. You may have to refer the people who has been doing it before, or you may have to refer the subject matter expert, and you may have to refer to the boss. However, for the Agile, you are more creative in developing what to be done, because you have a story. A story, why story is important? Because story will guide you what exactly you want to do. So without the story, if waterfall does not have story, it's just something from your head or from your past experience. To do this virtual run, for example, we need to do item 1 to identify the participant. Item 2, you need to develop the form for the participant to register. Item 3, you need to get all the data from the Google form and try to sort it out, the participant. So those are something you just get it from your head because that's what has been done in the past. However, here you can have more perspective because you make a story. You create a story, there is epics in the story, this is also, and from there you develop the task. So the task from having these themes, epic and stories will be more comprehensive, will be more detailed. And the team who are doing the project know exactly why the tasks are there. Rather than you just be presented with the task list task 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do it. And then for us in the team who's doing it, say why you need to do this, why you need to do this one, why you need to do this, why you need to do this after the first one. So we keep wondering, asking why the task to be done. But however, if we have using the current techniques, the current methodology, we have to have an epics, we have to have the teams, you have to have the story. Take for example here, this is a real one. I've been doing this for an organization as a consultant. So the theme is simple: Malaysia design unmanned cargo delivery. Okay, so this is the theme. That's what we want to. So all the team, all the project team member will have that in their mind. Malaysia design unmanned cargo delivery. Then what's the epic? The epic, there are few epics. Malaysian owned technology. Another epic, CEM to approve the design. Another epic, this vehicle can have certificate of airworthiness. Another epic, this vehicle can be used by operation. And company can have operational approval. So those are the epics from the story of our, we have our own unmanned cargo delivery, cargo drone delivery. Then from the epics, you break the epics into themes. Each epics will have themes. You can see the blue box there, epics. Epics 1, epics 2, epics 3, epics 4, there's 5 epics. Epics are small story. From that, Malaysia design unmanned cargo delivery. And then you make one story, say as the leader of the National Society NSA committee. So this is one committee. I work for them. As the leader of NSA committee, I want Malaysia US design and fabricate in Malaysia. So that we have our own technology. So the first epic is Malaysia technology. We develop technology in our own. We have our own drone delivery technology. Okay, then we have epic number 2. As the leader of NSA committee, I want to work with the partners so that I can share the resources and liability so that we can get the CM approval. So they want to do, I want to share with partners. I don't want to do it my own. So I can share, I can have the resources and also can share the liability. So I don't have the money on my own to do it. So I need partners for us. For us to share the liability and resources. Most importantly, the resources. We have this to make it happen. We have to have this to make the teams workable, or make the teams become reality. Then number 3, the developer of US, I want as the developer, as you are the one in the US, I want to have the US design to be to an acceptable airworthiness standard. So I want this, not just I like to do it, because I also want to do this unmanned drone to the standards, so that the airworthiness authority can give us the type certificate, type approval. So why we need that? Because we want to have the epic number 4. We want to have this vehicle certificate of airworthiness. Why we need certificate of airworthiness? We need to have this vehicle to fly. And who want to fly? Epic number 5. So that the operators, the drone operator can use my vehicle to fly. So these are all the stories. Okay. And from the stories, we are developing the themes. Okay. From the epics, we have the themes. So we break it down further. Number 1. Number 1, as a leader, I want to expose the student to design, testing, and fabrication. Another story, as a leader, I want to establish design, test, fabrication team. Number 3, I want to ensure the unmanned aircraft system in the appropriate category so that I can get CM approval. So the 3 things. And then from that user story, we create the task. User story 1, I want to expose students to design, testing, and fabrication of unmanned aircraft system. The task will be invite all the potential stakeholders for meeting. Who will be involved? We invite them for a meeting to get all this team together. Officially establish the committee in the term of funding, resources, and facility. So you have to do this. Otherwise, we cannot get the story, we cannot get the epics, we cannot go back to the team. So, and then also, if you need to break down further, you have to break it down into more subtasks. So this is how the user, the teams, the epics, and the user stories been developed. And from there, if you look at the waterfall, you only see the tasks. And if you've been given, if you've been working in a project, you just see series of tasks. And you do not know where are these tasks come from, where this task has been stated in that way. So without having the total understanding, without having the background of the task, then you are not creative. Because as you do the work here, you may create more tasks, which is a subtask. Because you need to have the subtask before you can complete the task. And you are able to determine what are the subtasks because you know what is the story, what are the epics, what are the themes. So you not run away from the initial project objective, which is measure, design, unmanned cargo delivery system. So that is why this Agile Scrum methodology is more attractive to the project manager, in doing projects because it has given the meanings to each of the tasks being required to be done. And as you are being assigned to do the task, you are able to track back what are the source of this task, why we need to do the task. By understanding where are these tasks come from, then you are able to accomplish the task more efficiently. You can deliver more because you really understand the content of the task rather than just reading the text of the task requirement like you see in the standard Gantt chart. Okay, any questions so far?
So far, no.
You understand? Okay, let's do one example case study. If you have no question, you understand how the things been done, then let's see one example. Say you are the teams hold the most successful virtual run. In Malaysia. I missed the run. Anyone in this virtual run? You can help me. Because this epic is my thought. Your epics can be different than what I've been thinking here. Because the epic should be from you. So this Agile Scrum methodology is not done by the people. It's by the owner, by the group. So this team hold the most successful virtual run in Malaysia. That's what your head for what you do, for whatever you do in virtual run. That is what the first thing you need to do is to create the teams. You may have different teams, but this is what I'm thinking. And there are several epics. So as project head, I want to ensure high participants so that the event can be in Malaysia Book of Records. This is a story. I want that. This is what I dream for. And this is one of the epic that can get me to the teams most successful which will run in Malaysia. Epic number 2, as a project head, I want to ensure easy access to the registration apps so that I can get as many participants as possible. So if I don't get the participant, if I won't be able to recruit as many participants as possible, so that my teams will not be there. I not achieving my teams. Epic number 3, as a project head, I want to ensure the virtual run, I want to ensure the event runs smoothly so that we get maximum satisfaction from our participants. So, because rating is very important now, so they can rate the event to the best as possible. So you must make sure the participants are happy. Epic number 4, as a project head, I want to provide the best reward. So what is the best reward? I'm not sure. You have to think what is the best reward. But that could be one of the epic. Yeah? The best reward participants, so they can give us the rating. Again, the rating. Why we need rating? Because most successful virtual run. So Unique Miat virtual run could be the first event of the year in every year in Malaysia. So everybody will looking up into this event. So that's the team. So all these epics are to get the teams, to ensure the teams you have set is workable, is working. How are you going to get the task done then? So you have to get the task done. You have to break into a user story. Okay, you have to break into user story. So you have user story number 1. Here, you make a table, you drop it into this table. So anyone follow? Okay, we have epic number 2. We have epic number 3. Over here, we have epic number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We just keep 4. You may add more, up to you, up to what is your wish. Okay, you may have epic number 4. Now we make it slower font. Okay. Now we have this epic here in the column, and you have to create several stories. You may create 1, you may get 2, up to you how many you want to create the user stories. So maybe the first user story, as the leader of the event, I want to okay, what? To develop promotional flyers, so that I so that the event will be published in Malaysia. Okay, you'll be in Malaysia, you'll be. What's the first time? The first task. You want to develop promotional flyer. First task is you need to prepare media team to develop the flyer. Then you have to develop, prepare website to place the promotion. One point 1.3 or choose. Maybe you want to choose what? Celebrity host. Okay. for the event to be known. So these are the tasks. And you track back the tasks, you say, you track back, say for example, website. Why we need website? Because you want to get the promotion. You want to tell people you are running this event. Why you need to have media team? Because you need a team to do the promotion. It could be in soft copy, hard copy, maybe radio station announcement. So this media team is working for you. So this is the task. So if you work on the conventional project management, you only see the task. You're unable to track back what the task is written in such a way. And here, if you continue populating this, we will able to track back where are the tasks, why the task has been created in such a way, where are the source of these task items. Any questions? Anyone to go through this as a case study together, or now you have understand the whole thing? Or you want to do another simpler case that you can work out? As a Scrum Master, your job is to ensure all these things been done accordingly. You have to make sure the themes, the epics, the user story, the task list has been done. The sprint board, sprint and Kanban board is established. So those are the job of Scrum Master. They are not the manager, but they are like a coach and consultant to the project team. In this project team is equal, they do not have any rank. So the task is being done in a group. It's a team effort and has been delivered according to the time frame given in the sprint. Questions? All quiet?
No question.
No question. Are you able to understand this? Okay, now we have so many tasks. You have to break it down. Let me put it in the Excel. I think it's better in Excel. Okay, do you see my Excel?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anyone want to offer any of your projects so we can work out here together, or it's okay by using this example. Who are the team doing the virtual run? Are you here? Or you want to offer any others? Anyone else with some other idea you want me to go through? Okay. Now let's try to go number 2 as the project head or project leader of the event. I want to what? Develop the apps for easy and simple registration. So what you need to do is you have to develop forms, e-forms with okay. This one just simple, just task, thing to do. Does not have any. It's very straightforward. You might just prepare, choose. So in the task, it's very straightforward. Why you need to have the task? You can refer back to the epic and the user story. So 2.2, 2.1.2, and then the task is the form shall be the form. You must task design the form for all platform. You have PC, you have phone, you have tabs. It can that form can be run, can be accessed through all the platforms. Okay. Okay. Now, as a project number 3, run smoothly. So run smoothly. So okay, now I think it's enough for now. So the next thing is what you need to do is you have to select all these tasks and do it in the subplan or in the, you group them together, choose the one that you want to do first or choose you want to see which is having the higher risk. So by grouping those tasks together, we call those group a sprint. Group a sprint. So we may have sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, sprint 4. So you have to choose which is on the sprint 1. Okay. So sprint 1, you want to choose sprint 1. Maybe you want to choose this okay. Maybe you want to have all this in sprint 1. So this task all in sprint 1. So this is O1, 1, 1, 1, sprint 1. And you may want to have the task here is in sprint 2. Okay. So here will be in sprint 2. So sprint 1 means this is done by group by item 1. So this one will go into the first thing that you need to do in the project, sprint 1. So this item sprint 1. And for each sprint, you determine the shared sprint point. Sprint point you can determine by days, by hours, and by how many sprint point for each task. So you may choose sprint point. Some people use one sprint point as 30 minutes. Prepare media to team. Maybe take you a day or two to talk to people. So you're talking about say 6 hours a day. So 6 hours a day you will have 12, 24 sprint points. Say you start today, 21st April, and you will finish at 24th March. Progress, say today, half a day you already spent talking, looking around for the team to develop. Now 3 hours, 3 times 3 hours. 3 hours you have done 6. Okay, you have done 6. So you have to calculate the remaining. Remaining sprint point is you have another 18. So the status is, so this part here is a Kanban. Kanban is to determine the progress. So here is in the status of in progress, not completed yet. Prepare website. Maybe website is, if you do your own website, it takes a week, simple website, a week. So 6 will be 12 times 60. So we have 60 points. And you may start, maybe you don't have the resources, you don't start now, you start at 25th. 3, you finish in 5 weeks is 1st April. Progress 0, we're not started yet. And it's 60 remain and is to do. So this is something that you can see when you look at this. First, you know what is being done, what to be done, where to be done, and maybe you want to go for sprint number 2 here. So this is sprint number 2. Okay. So now you're able to see, to manage, run the project, because you know what task to be done and to what to be done at what sprint, and how many sprint that you have, and what are the, how long does it take, how many sprint point that you need, when you start, when you finish, what are the progress. So this is a tool to manage the whole things. So they call this one is a sprint backlog and Kanban board. So this portion here is Kanban, and this sprint, the portion here is sprint backlog. And also there is a, they call it burn down chart. Burn down chart is a chart to show the progress of the project. Any questions so far? Can you follow? No?
Sir, I want to ask, like, what is the difference between the Agile Scrum and also the Agile Sprint Kanban?
Okay,
I like
Agile
difference
Scrum.
between two tables.
Okay. Okay, hold on. First, let's go back to define Agile. Okay, the whole thing here is Agile. Okay, why Agile? Because it's no longer step by step, one after another. So, okay, now Waterfall, you have to determine this before you start anything. Someone tell you or you determine this requirement. This is like you doing final year project. Item 1, literature review. Item 2, item 3. You have to determine the thing to be done. Okay, in Agile, you determine first what is the owner wish, what they want to have, what they want to do. You don't create this first. You just tell them what do you want, and then the list done what they want. For your final year project, what do you want? You want to have the title. You want to choose the supervisor. You want to get the problem statement. You want to have the methodology. So those are the lists. You just list them down. You don't have to list them per the sequence. So in the Agile, you just list whatever you want. Up to you. Just whatever come up from your head, you list them down. Okay.
Hello, Prof. Prof, I think you are stuck, Prof.
Yeah, bro. I guess you are having trouble with your connection. All right, to all the high coms, I'm sorry for the technical problems coming from our prof. So just to let you guys know, we are having some budget or tokens. We calling it tokens to those who are actively participate or answering question later on. Semua high com, semua presiden masih ada ke tu?
Ada.
Ada. Kalau boleh cubalah sebaik mungkin untuk memahami ataupun cubalah faham apa yang disampaikan Prof kita hari ini. Mungkin ianya agak critical thinking dan agak tinggilah level project management ni. Tapi cubalah dapatkan input tu sedikit sebanyak. Sebentar kami team organizer cuba dapatkan Prof semula.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam, bro.
Waalaikumsalam.
Here you, bro.
I got power failure in my home, so I continue with my phone.
Alamak.
Okay. It should be around a few minutes, hopefully, because yesterday it was about 50 minutes. Okay, back to the questions. Who's been asking the question? So
Yeah.
okay. In this new agile method, there is no predetermined sets of things to be done. So you have list what is in your mind, just list them out. Basically, it's not with yourself. We have the group of the project stakeholders or the project owners sit down and list what he wish, what she wish. That's why we have to have a story, because whatever she or her wish is in the form of story. From the story, we break it down into sub story, which is epic. Epic is sub stories, and then we develop the task for the story, So the items, if you see the slide earlier, I don't think I cannot share the slide here. Oh, still can share. Okay. You can see the slide here earlier. Okay. Now, after you have all the tasks list out, you have to set the task. You can't do them all. You have to select. You have to group the tasks to depending on how you want to approach to accomplish the job. Somebody go for the higher risk, so they group all the higher risk tasks and put them together in a sprint. Sprint basically is a small task worked by the team. So before you start the sprint, you have to establish what is thing to be done, what is the acceptable delivery of each activity. So those are the sprint. That's why you can see the loops. The loops mean we start by determining what to be done, what is acceptable, and then you go do it, and then come back before you completed the sprint. You again sit down and discuss what has been done and what has been achieved. And if everybody agree, then you just close the sprint. Then that session is closed. For example, just looking at the virtual run, the first task is promotion, advertising, and getting the website done. So those are the first sprint. Advertising, templates, websites, or you want to you may want to have a celebrity host. Okay, for example, Datuk Sheikh Muzaffar. So celebrity host means they are the one that help you to promote. So those three items can be the first sprint. So the first sprint, as you get the website, you get the template flyer, Sheikh Muzaffar come on board, his face already appear in the flyer, then you completed that sprint. So those tasks are completed. You don't go back and yeah, thank you. You don't go back and visit it. It's done. Then you move on to the next one. So the beauty of this is you're able to complete the task by task in a small chunk and efficiently done, rather than you have one big Gantt chart. For FYP, for example, if you do this, it's easier for you. It's not at the end you still after you try to submit, you still discussing about your problem statement, still discussing about your objective, still discuss about your methodology. So if you do Agile for your project management, for your final year project, it's easier because you have done problem statement, done, complete, no more visited.
is done. Then you go to the next one, methodology. You complete methodology, everything is done, write down it down. I mean, even you write it, even the thesis written already, your problem statement and your methodology and done. That's it. Forget it and move to the next one. So this is easier. But if you look at the conventional waterfall, we have just a Gantt chart. Item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4. There's no control when you finish it, how you finish it, what are the acceptable mean that acceptable for the task to be completed. There's no such thing. Until at the end, you have one thesis completed, then you go through again one by one, comment after comment, comment after comment. And that is this how it's been done now. That is a conventional waterfall. Any am I answering you? Do you understand what I'm trying to explain?
So, sir, does it mean that the sprint is like the specific one of the agile?
Sprint is the component of Agile. Agile Scrum. Agile Scrum, sprint is the component, the main component of Agile Scrum. So that's why there is a Scrum Master. The Scrum Master will be looking at this activity. So that's why I said again, there is now a Scrum Master, professional Scrum Master. You can go to the course, you can be a Scrum Master, so you can be managing the Agile Scrum project management. It's coming. It's still new in Malaysia, and I think most of us also do not understand this. There's not aware of this. However, this is been done quite a lot in other countries, not in Malaysia yet. So it's something you can explore. It's something of your future career. So again, your question is yes, a sprint is a component of Scrum Agile. Kanban is just the visual dashboard of the progress of the project. Those are Kanban. So Agile Kanban does not really have a proper sprint approach. They have a Kanban. For the Kanban, they have this task required and they do it, and then they track whether the task is in progress or task not been done to do or task completed. It's just like enhancement of the conventional waterfall. The power is back. Okay, never mind. Okay, any other questions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Anyone?
I just want to clarify, Prof. Is it there are two things, which is Agile Scrum and Agile Kanban, and to make it simple, Agile Kanban's meaning that to make the process, not to make, but it is regarding the concern to make the improvement of the process. But Agile Scrum is concerned to make the process faster instead of the improvement. Is it true, Prof?
Very good. Yes, that is exactly excellent. Because Agile Scrum, that's why Agile Scrum has been developed by the IT industry. It's been used a lot by IT industry. What Agile Scrum, the people has done research on Agile Scrum, they found out the job can be done half faster. Okay, so by doing Agile Scrum, they can deliver the software half of the time. Because why? For example, you try to look at your final year project. If you follow this approach, it just like your semester, remember? You just study the subject, you go for exam, finish, done. Then you go to the next subject. Rather than some system without a semester, you have to study 1 year, everything in 1 year, you have final exam at the end. Start to exam from day one, from month January to December. Those are old style. Similarly here, the Scrum, rather than you have project from task 1 to task 20, completed them all and you deliver, and then you start discussing what is acceptable, what went wrong, which one has a problem. For the Scrum sprint, you break the task into a group, and group. You tackle the group by group by group by group, deliver group by group by group, and then whatever delivered is closed. You only focus on what is remaining. For example, I was giving you the example of this virtual run. I'm giving you the example virtual run. So, if you're talking about your first sprint, will be the promotion, will be the advertising, will be host, selecting the host, and okay. The power is back. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a sprint.
Alright, I close my.
Hello? It's wait, I have to switch off my phone. Okay.
I'm sorry, Prof, but did you say something? We cannot hear your voice.
Sorry. Now you can hear me?
Yes, Prof.
Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So now remember we break into, okay, this is the epic and story from the themes that we have said earlier. So this is mine. You can have yours because you are the one that doing the project. You have your view, you have your dream, you have your wish. Those are putting as epics. From the epic, you make story. Why you want to have it? So there are many stories here, and from each story you break it down to tasks. It's no more. You see the words here: prepare, choose, develop, design. It's no more wordy words here. No more no more wish here. No more, everything here. Just do. You do this for the story. Okay, for example, as the leader, I want to develop promotional flyers so that the event will be published in Malaysia. Promotional flyer published in Malaysia. What you do? Prepare media team to do it. Then prepare the website. You can place the promotion. You maybe because you say you want to make it popular, you want to choose a celebrity host if you want to do it, if you have the budget. Okay, but this is a task. So this task to be done. So the task can be done, and there are many tasks here. What task to be done first? That's why you choose the task you want to do first in sprint number 1. Then sprint number 2, sprint number 3, and so on. And for each sprint, how you manage the task? The task you have to develop point. So how long does it take for you to complete the task? So you just create a point. Yes, there are many ways to create a point. Some people make a point of 30 minutes.
So you can see here, this task here 2 days. You calculate 6 days, 6 hours a day. So 6 hours you have what? 12 sprints points, 12 points, and then you do this 24 points. Then you start today, finish progress today. You have been working on say half a day, so you got 3 hours. 3 hours you got 6 points. So what's the remaining? The remaining you have 18 points. You have to do it. So the Kanban here is the pictorial or dashboard to see how far you are now, where you are now. You are in progress. So and you keep doing this, and you see you have to have one big document which are managing. You use those document to manage your events or your activity. You know which to be done, what is been doing, what to be done, what are the progress, how far to go. Also, as you will go along, you create one chart. They call it burn down chart. So burn down chart will see how far is the progress. This is also another dashboard you create, burn down chart. So any questions? You can practice this. You can practice this for your events, but you also can practice this for your FYP. It may not be acceptable if you presented this in your thesis, but you can use this to manage your FYP, but you're still using the conventional, because happen to be the conventional Gantt chart work breakdown is the one that being used now. So this is something new, and not many people will understand this. If you understand, it's very good, because that can be something you look for when you graduated from MET. You may also say, I like project management, I like this Agile, seems to be very interesting to me. Okay, I want to be Agile Scrum Master. You enroll to the program. There is Agile Scrum Master by PMI, Project Management International. You can be a qualified professional Scrum Master. Okay, any more questions? Then I can conclude the presentation today, if you have no more question. So
Last question, sir.
Sure.
Sir,
Yeah.
how did you take that sprint point, the one that 24 and then 21/4? I don't understand that.
There are many ways to do. Depending on how you want to do the work. I put it here, most people do it one sprint point 30 minutes. So mean that if you work on the project for an hour, you have done 2 points. You may do other things. So now you record, you done 2 points. Maybe tomorrow you do another hour. So it's become another 2 points, 4 points. Total up, you have done 4 points. Somebody want to say he has more time to spend by 1 hour straight, then you can say 1 hour, 1 point. It's possible. Because that's the beauty of Agile. You can make it smaller. Maybe you want to develop the flyer. Say you need 2 days for the flyer, which is 6 hours a day. You calculate is 12 hours. But you can probably start just setting out the layout. So you do that for half an hour layout. So mean you do 1 point. Then you keep it aside, you do something else. You do your homework. You do your assignment. You keep that. But as far as the task is concerned, you have done 1 point. What is 1 point? This is the layout of the flyer. Tomorrow you start again. So day 2 you start. You spend another half an hour. You do all the text. You write the sentences, everything. You do all these the words. You put the words there. They call it this is a term for it, I forgot. And then those maybe spend 1 hour for that. Maybe 1 hour you complete 2 points. So after complete, you put aside. Now you record. You have done 2 points today. So now end up you have 4 points. And then you continue doing something else. So that's the beauty of the Agile, because you'll be able to manage this positively. Okay? Question?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right. So, can I do the conclusion? Anyone else with questions? Okay, never mind. If you have problems later on, you have interest on this, and you have project, you want to use this Agile Scrum, and you can consult me anytime. You can call me. Okay, my phone is for everyone 012-359-1245. 012-359-1245. You can text and message me. Okay, now I can do the conclusion. Project management is essential to ensure student event activities are achieving its goal. Anything is boiled down to management. Okay, we are engineers, we may not appreciate management until a time you are become the leader. You are the leader here, and leaders mean managing. You have to have the tool to manage anything. You maybe manage people, you manage project. The leader not necessarily managing people. Project managers, they don't have much people. They manage the project board. They manage the tasks. The people is not with them. They manage the resources. They don't manage people. They don't have any they don't have many person work with them. They just put the thing together from various sources. Those are project manager. You manage project. You manage product development. You manage organization. You manage surau. Everything is management. And management need to have skill. And you have to have tools. You have good EQ. You good talking to people. You good managing people. But you don't have tools, you will fail. Because you have another handicap. Handicap, you should not have able to have appropriate tool for you to manage things efficiently. So this is one of the tools. And one thing is student activity is not predetermined. I mean, it's no sets. You have to do, for example, you want to do a virtual run. So you have to do item 1, item 2, item 3, item 2, item 4. Something is already in the manual, we can follow, like the aircraft. You follow things. Anything you do on aircraft, you follow the manual. You don't have a manual for virtual run. So the activities, event, the task, everything is from you. You have to determine it. What are the event, what are the tasks to get things done. So that is the candidate for Agile Scrum. Because Agile means agility. Agility means you move around easily. Agile Scrum through epic stories allow the development of positive work breakdown. In the past, we just see the work breakdown structure. You sit down and with a group and determine item 1, item 2. First, we develop the flyer. Item 2, we distribute the flyer. Item 3, we register the people. Where are these things come from? How to register the people? What kind of flyer? How to make the flyer more presentable? How to make the event more acceptable? How to make the event more, it become popular? We don't come to that point. We just set down thing, how thing to be done. But thing done without a proper meaning. Virtual run, okay, you just do virtual run. So what? But as a leader, you can't see just run the virtual run. You can just see, I'm just developing, I just prepare virtual run so people can register, run, they're happy, go home. No. As leader, you have to think further. You have to think your virtual run will be the first popular event in Malaysia. Every year, people looking at this event. That is a great leader because they always go above and beyond. And unfortunately, through my research, through my engagement, we lack of this leadership quality at the moment in Malaysia. We need a lot of those. That's why I'm putting my knowledge, everything to you all, because we want to have a leader which is above the water, not just a leader. If you just trying to get things done as is, then it's not a leader. You're just a coordinator. It's no leadership. Leadership by looking at things beyond. Say, oh, I'm virtual run. Okay, my virtual run will be the first event in Malaysia. My virtual run will be in the book, Malaysia Book of Record. So my virtual run will be accepted by people from the US, from UK, everybody come and register and join me. Those are leadership. Those how to make things. Okay, how to be a leader, how to be a good leader, you have to be above the water. Okay, number 4, Kanban. You've seen the Kanban. Kanban allow you to see the progress. What has been done now, what to do, what are the current progress, how many things completed, when it's completed. So the Kanban, basically, if you know about Kanban, you can use this Kanban. Most factory using Kanban. So in factory, there's a big board there. So there are 3 columns there, to do, in progress, and completed. So the manager will go around every day in the morning, will look at the board, and they keep asking if there are many things still in progress and very little thing completed. They keep asking why. And as the leader, they don't scold the people why it's not being done. They will try to find the problem, why the thing is not being done. They try to find the source of the problem, not try to scold the people who's not being doing it, because there should be some reason why they can be done. So that is the beauty of the Kanban. They're able to solve the root of the problem by looking at the progress. 5th, to teach the students skillful work in the project management is one. Okay, project management is a big thing. Project management is very highly paid professional. You know the manager, project director of MRT Kuala Lumpur is 150,000 ringgit a month salary dia tu. Project director. Project manager easily 9,000 to 8,000 ringgit a month. So this is not exposed to you. This is another profession. But you have to have the license. You have to be professional. You have to enroll to Project Management International PMI. Maybe you have to enroll to Sprint. You have to enroll to this institute. You have to get their credential. You have to get the license. You have to get their professional certification from this institute. Then you are able to be project managers, project engineers, and earn very high pay. And whatever I'm giving to you here is just another window, just another exposure for you to see what is beyond Miat. And also the skill that I'm presented to you can be used for you to run your own event and project, and those event and project can be experienced, which you can put in your CV. I've been using Agile, Scrum, Kanban in running the event of Virtual Run, running the event of Aero Carnival. You can put in the CV. When people open up your CV, you've been doing Agile, Scrum, people say, wow, this student very advanced. So that's for you to get the job.